Is this muted or not?
No, it's not muted.
Dude, either we are starting the stream and Mr.
News
Robot
is coming out that
Mr.
Mr. Robot is coming in a month. The final season is finally here. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Objective stream after a very long unplanned break. My name is Nikhil. This is Anuj.
No, but the break had nothing to do with our names.
Yeah, but it had everything to do with us.
No, actually, in the break, I changed my name to Mr. Downgrade because from an iPad and a MacBook 2017, now I'm on a MacBook 2012, and from an Apple Watch, I'm on a Pebble Time. So yes, I changed my name. I'm Mr. Downgrade.
So, talking about downgrades and downgrading your dating life
Facebook
to
dating.
whole new lows.
Oh man! So it's like the
Facebook has
it's
launched
like, so
its
the
own dating service.
Yeah, so it's like Tinder. Tinder uses Facebook. Still uses. I think when Tinder launched, it was the exclusive sign-in mechanism. I think now they offer other stuff too. But the point is that there's still some Facebook account link involved.
Isn't this Tinder? Like, I have never used Tinder, so I'm not sure. But isn't this just like how
so
Tinder
all
works?
dating app looks like all dating apps.
They look the same.
Yeah, like
But Tinder is the OG, right?
Huh.
Okay.
So dating is like the most intimate part of your life, and
Almost.
Facebook is like the most invasive thing. And now they're like,
Yeah.
this is just a disaster waiting to sorry. This is just a disaster waiting to happen.
So, key features.
Do you remember Ashley Madison?
It was a dating site.
So Ashley
website.
Madison was an online dating site,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was for people who are married to cheat, something like that.
Okay.
And then one day, one guy is like, I know you are on Ashley Madison, and send me so and so that I don't leak your information. And he sent that to everyone, kind of. So like there was a breach there apparently.
Oh, okay. So they got hacked
so to speak.
using social engineering. So I know there's a.
And
So
like
a lot of people think like.
the thing was because Ashley Madison was targeted to people who are married or in a relationship.
Right.
So that was dicey AF.
So a lot of people think that hacking is like some. Skinny.
Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
Mr.
No. But at least Mr. Robot kind of makes it a little bit
Mr.
realistic.
Robot is a very different kind of.
Yeah. No, but like a lot of people think that it's some squaggly guy, young age, pale looking, who's just going like tack, and like numbers running all over his screen, and they have like a matrix
honestly,
thing
it's
running, and
just
that's movies.
Public
guys.
facing S3 buckets.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Like
poorly
today.
configured S3 buckets.
No. So today there was there's this company from Chennai. I don't know how we went from Facebook dating app to this, but it's data at the end of the day. So bear with me. So there's this company from Chennai which was working. I am not sure if it's the local Chennai police or police all over India. They were working for facial recognition software and stuff like that. Okay, and all the images, right? So people's faces, like with identifying information on it, etc., was hosted on whatever Google's storage thing is with Firebase. And Elliot Anderson, the Twitter persona, he and a colleague or a friend of his, they kind of found this, and then they contacted. And when they contacted the company was like, there's no engineering staff in today. We won't be able to reply to you. It's a Friday. It's not a public holiday.
I thought that's the thing that most companies have, like this outsourced thing. And
Exactly. So what I'm trying to understand here is, how did the government, local or central or whoever was involved, because even though the police is contacting this work from that company, it's the government at some level who is giving the green signal for it to happen. And what I'm trying to understand is how do you hire a company to develop software for you that does not have any software developers on staff?
So this is not about government, but it could easily be applied to. So someone said, like, you have no idea how the internet is held together in place with extremely shitty bash scripts.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I think of governments.
Yep.
It's like there's this one guy who some intern wrote a bash script someday.
People in the chat.
Still working, and honestly, that's how I think this is. Facebook is probably much more sophisticated because I'm sure they have red teams and black teams and white teams inside, which all have different. So the color coding is security thing.
Security auditing and stuff like that.
So it's like one team's job is to find flaws. One team's job is to build walls.
And like they have no idea who is doing what.
Right.
So the people actually writing code to develop all of this stuff have no idea that someone else is trying to break what they are building or what they have built.
Right. So like Facebook is like a big enough company with sensitive enough information that all of this is possible. But still, I think there was a news. I'm not sure how authentic that was. But
oh yeah, we'll talk about that.
The Facebook, there's some database going around on the internet with Facebook usernames and phone numbers.
Phone numbers, yeah. So and just like unprotected. So same in the event of this company that I was earlier talking about. So the bucket was open. The database did not have a password on it and stuff like that. And these guys just found it. They got in touch with the company. The company is like, there is no staff here today. And then later on, the company went ahead to delete their Twitter account after they were called out.
Yeah, just don't tag us.
Like,
that's better.
They could have just blocked him, but they went all out and deleted their account.
Yeah, it's like block stuff.
Okay. Alright then. Alright, so I want to quickly talk about what Anuj Kothari is referring to in the chat.
Okay.
USB 4.
Oh god, I was like, dude, USB 3 idhar jam nahi raha.
So, Anuj, just to give you an idea of, like, my computer is behind me, but that's okay. But what's happening in front of me, like, everything here is pretty interesting. So, the microphone is connected over USB 2, which is a micro USB to USB A port. Okay. From the camera, I have a USB-C, which is charging the camera, and a micro HDMI to a full-size HDMI going into a field monitor, which is again then being relayed out from an HDMI connection to a HDMI A connection, full size.
Just stop at this point.
Which is going from a USB 3 port, USB 3 dongle into a USB 3 port into my computer. Nowhere in this entire scenario is there USB 3.1. Now, you may think that being a tech channel and shit, there would be USB 3, 3.1, 3.2, Gen 1, 3.2, Gen 2 and stuff like that. Nah. Nope. 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports on this laptop and I can't use even one. That is just sad. And now we have USB 4. Not only is that adding to the confusion, the bigger problem is the cables. I have legit seen Apple, Samsung, OnePlus, Huawei, Microsoft, no, not Microsoft, Google and Nintendo say it's a USB 3.2 port or a Thunderbolt 3 port, include a Thunderbolt cable or a fast charging cable, which is basically a USB 2 cable. So the cable is not even USB 3, let alone USB 3.2 Gen 1 or Gen 2. It's just USB 2. It's just that the connector they're using is the USB-C connector, and that's about it. So the situation of USB is very sad, pathetic even. And as Thosar rightfully mentioned in the chat,
Also,
USB is no longer universal.
There's something very weird going on. Chinmay Thosar is no longer on Twitter.
What?
I tried giving him accreditation for his quote and I couldn't find his username. That's why I was typing so fast. But
He's here.
nah.
Yeah, that's him.
Check this out.
So
This account doesn't exist.
wait, USB is no longer.
I already tweeted it.
Okay, wait. No, I want to see what happens with the tag.
See,
Oh,
Chinmay Thosar
snap!
is on the chat, but he's missing on Twitter. Guys, we have to arrange a search party. Moving on to the next topic.
So first it's USB 3 and the newer version is USB 3.1, and then for some stupid reason they remained it to USB 3.1 Gen 1 for 3.0, and 3.1 is 3.1 Gen 2. No, you just have to shift everything to like plus 0.1. So it's USB 3.2 Gen 1 and 3.2 Gen 2 now.
So this is the problem when you have engineers working on something and not enough product managers, because these guys have absolutely no idea how it's going to look. They're just a bunch of nerds with data sheets and timing diagrams and absolutely no idea how the real world works.
Yep. So it's all just fun and games for them until
Just name it incrementally, right? Like it's stupid because
So I like what the Wi-Fi guys are doing.
I think
We've spoken about this on the chat before.
now
So
it's
Wi-Fi
like-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we are on Wi-Fi 6. So it's going to get very easy to know that.
right.
Pretty cool. Okay. So moving on to the next topic.
Sonos is coming up with a portable speaker for the first time. So Sonos has been making speakers for quite some time now. These speakers have had voice assistants built into them. A couple of months ago, they gave an update which was unique, because it added Google Assistant support to their speakers, which already had Alexa. So it was the first speaker which had two voice assistants, and you could configure that. Now they have launched a speaker which has all of that plus Bluetooth and a battery, so you can just pick it up from its dock and take it out. It's quite big actually. I think it's 12 or 18 inches or something.
So we don't have photos of the products fully yet. We have kind of like some leaks,
Right.
but like no official pictures.
He's sending a video message, but I don't want to play. Not on the stream. in
No,
front
no,
of
no,
him.
not on the stream.
Yeah,
Why is he in a kid's bedroom?
I have no clue. Let's not go there.
Wait, he doesn't have kids.
No.
Why is he in a kid's bedroom?
He has a nephew. I think. Niece.
Okay. So there are kids.
Yeah, there are kids.
Okay. And there are other adults.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
Yes. We
Yes.
know Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
There
we
are not
do
a lot
know.
of Kotaris on the objectives.
Yeah. Like,
So there's only one.
there's only you. So we definitely remember you do. So here's why I love Sonos as a company. Okay?
They do very high quality stuff.
No, they make speakers and that is all they do.
Yeah. But Sonos is working with IKEA.
Yeah, but then for speakers.
Yes, for speakers.
Yeah.
So
They're
they're
not
like
like
the speaker company who works with
everyone. Yeah. So they're like best buddies with IKEA. They're best buddies with
Amazon,
Apple.
Google.
They're best buddies with Amazon. They're best buddies.
They're not doing
with
AirPlay.
Yeah, AirPlay 2 is there.
Is that on these speakers?
Yeah, they were actually the first company to have like AirPlay 2 speakers for
I
anything.
do not remember reading AirPlay in this.
I just read it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And it's not like AirPlay, it's AirPlay 2.
Yeah, the new one.
So you can have like everything synced, which is
So
what
you
I'm
can have
planning.
multiple speakers running AirPlay
Sonos
2,
want-
and then you have like a synchronized screen.
Oh, they did
They
release a
released
video about it.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking, like, because I remember seeing that it's a
Oh.
big piece of thing. Like, it's not.
Okay,
a
so I haven't
small
seen this.
speaker.
I should better go and look at it after the stream ends. Wait, have they
But,
launched?
but it's interesting because Bose has been making quite a lot of Bluetooth speakers, and now Sonos, who was traditionally like a wired speaker kind of guy with Wi-Fi and stuff, is now also in the portable market, which is interesting because the portable Bluetooth speaker market is one of those underappreciated things, because after a smartphone, the device that everyone practically has is a portable Bluetooth speaker.
Yep, that is true.
Like everyone.
So
everyone.
here's what I was looking for. Okay, let me just bring this up on screen. And here, okay, so the Sonos Port was also announced, and they had something called as a Sonos Connect or something like that.
Yeah, so it's similar to an Alexa Connect where it's like.
Oh yeah, so it was the original Connect. No, the Sonos Connect.
Yeah, so it's like a dock for if you have existing.
Yeah, but
speakers.
this is like just a DAC, but a really good one.
Yeah.
And when I saw it when they announced it last year, I really wanted to buy it, but they were like only buy. But they like Sonos itself was like only buy this if you don't want AirPlay 2. If you want AirPlay 2, a new
Wait.
product is coming. So they said that. Now the Connect and the Port are both priced at €449.
Yeah, but like Sonos is competing with
Nobody.
Apple.
Sonos is competing with nobody.
No, Sonos is competing with Apple HomePod.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Look at the
Have you
price.
heard of Sonos?
The thing is,
I
those
bet
are-
you. See, here's the thing.
No, the
Sonos-
thing is, I haven't even heard on HomePod. But
Okay.
looking at the specs,
No, so here's the thing. A HomePod sounds nice. Okay? Sonos speakers, they never sound nice. Okay? They sound ungodly.
Okay. I've never heard of Sonos.
Okay? They sound ungodly. And people, like, I know people who are like hoarding like Sonos speakers from like 6-7 years ago because they still sound just the same. And people
Bose
who
speaker which sounds pretty
people
cool.
who own the HomePods have already started complaining about it.
HomePod is probably going to be one of those dead ends, like the trash can Mac. Like it's a dead product line.
Yeah.
So the trash can Mac. So anything in the shape of a cylinder, which Apple launches,
Small cylinder.
small cylinder,
Don't.
Mac trash or HomePod, don't
Yeah.
buy it.
Yeah.
Because
But it's gonna be
it's a
dead
dead
in no time.
Yeah.
Talking about dead on arrival. Android 10.
Oh god.
Because I think we'll see
No,
like
I'm actually pretty.
No, I'm excited about this.
Yeah. So
But
I'm
here's the
pretty
problem.
hopeful about
I'm
it.
like 3 phones will be getting it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
At best.
fragmentation is still a bitch, man.
So it's like I'm pretty sure like the OnePlus 8 will get it or something like whatever OnePlus decides to call it. The
Pixel lineup will get it.
Pixel lineup will get it.
Nokia lineup will get it.
The
because
Nokia, yeah.
Motorola, Nokia,
Yeah.
Pixels.
The Android One phones will get it,
Yeah.
and the Samsung phones will get it, but with a whole bunch of ugly shit in it.
So there are some features from Android 10 that I don't understand, like swipe your hand.
Yeah, why? Why is that there?
I'm not sure. I'm like, maybe it's me, but I don't see how someone is using that. Why would you prop up your phone and just wave hands around it?
Like you do realize that requires you to buy a lot of docks
No.
to put the phone up vertically.
Right. The smart reply feature, which Gmail has
Gmail
had
got,
for
yeah, so now
so
I
it
think
started with
messages-
Inbox, then
Yeah.
it went to Gmail.
Yeah,
Now
It's
in
everywhere.
Android. Yeah, it's everywhere. The dark mode thing is interesting.
no, dark mode is horrible.
I haven't tried it out yet.
Dark mode in Android 10 is absolute garbage.
I think I'll be getting an update this week on my Pixel. So
Now here's the
probably-
thing. I'm not saying that how iOS did it is any better, but how Android did it is just pure garbage. It's just pure garbage, and majority of
So
the apps.
when you're talking about iOS, you're talking about iOS 13.
Uh, Maybe gestures for Android
probably.
TVs and future and phone users are beta testers. I could see the logic behind that. Yep. I could see the logic behind that. Okay, so
Apple Wi-Fi router wasn't exactly a cylinder. It was like a square thing.
it was that rounded rectangle,
Rounded rectangles. I wouldn't call
not a cylinder.
But okay, rounded edges.
Rounded edges are fine.
No. Mac Mini.
Huh?
Mac Mini.
Yeah.
So Mac Mini is still a live product.
Yeah.
So they haven't killed it. So
And
we
it
can't
started
kill-
with that. It started with the rounded edges,
Yeah.
and which carried over to the airport, and then the airport extreme. And if they had gone with that for the Mac Pro, it could have worked.
Yeah.
But the idiots decided to first make a trash can. Then
Man,
they
the
decided to
people
make a
who-
cheese grater.
The people who bought the trash can, they must really hate Apple now.
Dude, you know what the next Mac Pro is going to look like? A knife stand.
Cheese.
I figured it out.
Yeah, I don't
They're doing like kitchen utensils
You
and
heard
stuff.
it here first.
You heard it here first. It's either a knife stand or a microwave.
Toaster had 2 of trash cans.
But you had 2 of what?
But Toaster. That's always
Okay, now see, here's where the Android 10 page gets really weird. Keep your data private with more controls.
Google shouldn't
From
say
whom?
that. Google shouldn't say that.
Yeah, like from whom am I keeping it private?
Oh, did you hear about the thing where Facebook is sending a list of system libraries back to Facebook? The Facebook app is sending a list of system libraries that have been installed back to their servers.
That's just sad.
Yeah. Like I don't believe keep your data private when Google sees it.
Yeah. Never. Digital well-being.
But that's okay.
Again, I do not trust Google with that. Sorry. Okay, so the only thing I can trust Android with is great cameras which fall apart in 3 months on their Pixel phones running that unique Android fork.
So now so help me out here. So there's a family linking thing that's there. So Apple has had family sharing for a bit, and like I orchestrate all my family's iOS devices,
Yep.
their storage, their location sharings, everything, right? Why I'm a little confused because I don't think there's a similar lineup with Google.
No, there isn't. Because
And that is such an obvious thing.
No, because see, here's the problem. Because when you're going into the Google ecosystem, okay, say you commit to the Google ecosystem like someone commits to the Apple ecosystem, right?
Right.
When you commit to the Google ecosystem, you have multiple vendors who
Alright.
may each implement things in their own unique way.
No, so but this is a problem that the platform aggregator has to solve.
No, the platform aggregator can choose to solve it. They might even give you a solution. They might say, okay, here's an API, but it's up to the OEM to implement those.
Yeah, this should be part of the Play Store.
Yeah.
Yeah, the family thing should be part of the Play Store.
Yep. So, I'm still not convinced Google is ever going to do anything like that.
Okay, so HEIC support is there, which is good.
I mean, nobody is really using it in production right now, so
yeah, but at least in
like
iPhones,
now the
you have
option
that
is available.
option.
Yeah. And it's a really cool format.
Right.
It's a very cool format.
Secure camera framework. Yeah. I guess it's not a big release by any means.
Which Android release was a big release?
I'm trying to think.
Android 4, 5 maybe.
When did they launch Material Design?
I think Marshmallow was a big design.
When was Material Design?
Lollipop. L was a big release. Marshmallow was Lollipop. Marshmallow was Material Design.
Okay.
Sorry. Marshmallow was Lollipop.
No, that's going to be the soundbite for the show. Moving
Alright,
on to more
so
Apple news. Apple has launched a program to help independent repair shops, and
ASP program.
yeah, and it's generally a very positive thing because they have been getting a lot of hate for it. because from a sustainability point of view, a greener planet point of view, repairs are noble. And people like iFixit and Louis Rossmann on YouTube have been yelling at them to do something about it, and now they have done. The question is not like, okay, so that's a good thing, and the next problem that they have to consider as well is margins, because they can't sell a screen display to these guys for the price that they sell it to us.
No, so here's the funny thing though. According to Apple, okay, so India में जमेगा क्या repair ये लेके भी? Yeah, so that is what everyone does, right?
Yeah. So like if you
Right now, whoever is doing services and repairs, everyone's doing the same thing.
Sure. So there will be more people along with Unicorn in India who would be doing it in a good way.
In a good way, because right now, yeah, Unicorn is probably one of the better ones who does it properly.
No, they are the official authorized Apple. That's why.
That's why.
They're the only official.
I see. Because I've gone there twice for two different problems. First time, like whatever I used to tell Siri, like she could not hear me, and I later realized that it could be because of the same reason that if I put someone on a call on speaker, they couldn't hear me. But normally if I spoke them off speaker, they could hear me. So the microphone, which is like in the earpiece, right? So it was like there was a lot of dust and stuff lodged in there.
Okay.
So they just cleaned it for free for me, right? Which was surprising. Number two, my iPhone X's display just like randomly started showing green lines all over the place. And she thought that I dropped it. And she first inspected and she's like, okay, there are no drop signs. So we'll open it and check it, which she did. And everything was okay. And she's like, come back tomorrow and your phone will be ready. I'm like, okay. When then the next day, phone was ready, done. Thank you very much. No charges. I'm legit sure if it was anyone else, they would have easily charged me a total of 30 to 40,000 rupees for both of these events. Not individually, but like together. So yeah, and they did a pretty good job with my iPhone X because after I came back, I was just like feeling a bit adventurous. So I just like dipped my phone into water and everything was good.
Moving on to the next topic.
No. I want to talk about this. So, reading off Apple's webpage itself, which I hope I have pasted a link for. Yeah, I did. Premises. The organization must maintain a commercial walk-in service location with dedicated service personnel in an easily accessible location. The premises must include a clean and presentable reception area for customers who require a walk-in service and a secure workshop area for repairs, storage parts, and incoming units for repair. A residential address is not acceptable as a service location unless agreed by a specific arrangement. So, here's the thing. Not every Tom, Dick and Harry is going to be able to, sign up for this, get registered, get certified.
They have to get certified.
No, that's what I'm saying. The technicians need to get certified.
Yeah.
That is there. Cool? Yeah. Where these technicians will be at also needs to get certified. Right? So you can't have, 3-4 people working in a small, dingy, dusty room. Yeah, Apple is probably not going to certify that. So, good luck with that. And I'm very glad that this is the case.
Yeah.
Because, think about it. Otherwise, Ravivar Pet, Somar Pet, and all of these pet areas would have had thousands of these the next day.
Right. Yeah.
So they are capable technicians. It's not that they aren't. Right. They are capable because they do these things on a daily basis. Now they have an opportunity to do this legally with legal parts.
I don't think it was legal. Legal is probably not the right word. Certified parts.
Certified parts. Okay. Certified parts.
Because what the previous model was slightly damaged phones.
Yeah.
You open them up, remove all of their parts, and the parts cost more when sold separately than the entire phone.
Yeah.
So that was the business model.
So that is the thing. Now, unfortunately, these people will not be able to do this because of the premises clause that I just read out,
Yeah.
which is actually excellent because the shoddy and dingy way they work is already a big red flag. So I wouldn't really trust my $1,000 phone to them. Sorry, guys, but you missed the train on this, not me. My friend dropped his iPhone 7 and it took it to Inspire. He didn't tell them that he dropped it and he got a new screen for free. Nice. That's all I can say. Good for your friend. Alright, next up is, you want to take this one?
I am not actually very well versed with this.
Wing it, because neither am I.
So we're just going to skip that.
Nah. It's already on screen.
So
it's already on screen.
Project Zero is an initiative by Google to find software vulnerabilities before the bad guys find software vulnerabilities and fix them. So, this department of Google takes a look at anything that is popularly used. It can be Android, it can be Apple, it can be anyone. And they found out that there are some iPhone 0 days out there in the wild. The way they found out was they found some domains which were being used to route traffic for these iPhone 0 days, so to speak. And turns out that iPhone isn't as secure as previously thought.
Yep.
And that kind of funnily dropped down the prices for iPhone exploits. Incidentally, I follow some InfoSec people on Twitter, and they're like, this was one guy called Grook, GRUQ or something like that.
Okay.
So he's like,
I have a very funny story about InfoSec to share after this.
So his opinion, which I think was very interesting and counterintuitive for me, was a hardened Android phone is still a better thing to own if you're security conscious than an iPhone. Because iPhone at the end of the day is security through obscurity, and that always loses, which is interesting and something that I hadn't really thought about it in that way.
Aren't all of these exploits tethered exploits?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. So, okay. Cool.
So, yeah, so it's not just about the physical security thing. But yeah, so the point is Apple is probably going to do a lot more damage control about this thing, plus probably work a lot more with the security community.
Yep. I hope they do. I hope they open up about it.
Yeah, because privacy is a big marketing pitch for them. A
very huge one.
Like
it's probably poster child. I was going to say the same thing. So it is their poster child, and
like that is
things are
clearly in danger.
Yeah, it's very much in danger. And did you read about this? A lot of the iOS 13 updates for iCloud have been rolled back. Like the entire stack was rolled back.
Damn.
So even the beta stack right now is iOS 12.
Apple is on very thin ice right now.
Like, what is happening, guys? Because iOS 13 beta, I'm writing like apps, and every new beta that comes out and something that worked in the previous beta is now broken.
Yeah.
The next beta fixes this, so and then it breaks something else.
Yes, it's just pushing, rolling back. So yeah, Apple is in general on a lot of thin ice.
Like
thin ice on a lot of fronts, I should say.
I was hoping to have Elytra up and ready for whenever Apple is like, okay, iOS 13 releases for the public on so-and-so date. And I was like, yeah, this year I'm going to make it so. Elytra will be ready. And I just can't do that this year. I have time to commit to it, and I can't do it.
Right.
So, like I mentioned, I had a funny story about InfoSec.
Okay.
And recently, for a certain project, a third-party company was hired to do a security audit of the project.
Okay.
And they randomly happened to just send an email into the company that we found a very serious flaw in the web architecture, etc., etc. And I'm like, what is the flaw? And they're like, we need you to install this module on your server so we can demonstrate it for you. I'm like, that is not how it works.
That is how nothing works.
Okay, so I'm like, I'm not installing anything. You can either demonstrate it, okay, or if it's a vulnerability in known software, okay, because the software that project was using was a lot of open source stuff.
Right.
So I was like, if it's a known vulnerability, you can just reference it to me by the CVE number and I can see what to do about it. Or if it's discovered by you during this audit, you should report it to them immediately.
Right.
So here's what probably happened when they read this email of mine. The person reading the email just opened Google, typed in CVE, and the first CVE number that popped up, he just copied it, he just sent it over to me. And when I looked it up, it was for Hadoop or something like that, and we are not even using it anywhere. So I replied and asked him, like, this is not relevant to what we are using, and we've already detailed what we are using to you. Can you please send me the correct CVE number? Or if you're going to file one,
right,
let me know so I can wait for an update from you. And I haven't heard back from that dude again.
Okay. So,
this is security experts in India. Like, he's like, install this module on your server so I can demonstrate it for you. I'm like, no, I'm not installing anything. तू करके दिखा, मैं मानेगा, मैं फिक्स करेगा.
Responsible disclosure was a very interesting tangent that we went to
Yeah.
on this topic.
Yeah.
No, but the more we start relying on software for our daily needs, especially internet-connected software, which is like 90%,
Yep.
95%, I guess probably more.
For some people, it's their entire tech stack.
Yeah.
Another weird one is, I was reading on Reddit. So the GeoFiber modems, right?
That's
Guys,
news.
do not get GeoFiber connections till this issue is resolved.
Right. So the thing is, with an internet service provider, you should still have the option to run your own modems, routers,
Yep.
and configure how you're using
How you're-
DNS,
yes.
for example.
With
Or you should be able to use a VPN.
Yep. With the Geo thing, you can't do any of that because they completely control the NAT tables and the modem. They can remotely log into the modem over, let's say, SSH or Telnet or possibly even HTTP.
No, so there's a TRS-80 or something like that standard for that.
Okay.
So yeah, there are standards for remotely managing modems, but this is different. That's there for telemetry and debugging and stuff like that. And
But it
there
can
is
be
still the
used for anything.
Yeah, so it's like you can always check that it's still your own thing.
So here's the funny
In
thing.
this case, you can't.
Here's the funny thing. The router I'm using has an ARM chip, and it has a excuse me. It has a small mini browser built into it.
Right.
Okay, and I can just visit links on that browser. Not all of them may render. Not all of them may work correctly.
Right.
Okay, but I can still, for example, open m.facebook.com. Okay, the CSS does not load completely. A lot of stuff breaks. Okay, because I'm guessing it's a very generic browser
Right.
meant for like debugging stuff.
Right.
Okay, so it's not like a full implementation of a proper hardcore browser. Okay, assume that something like this exists. Okay, and this is me being very skeptical and paranoid about these geo modems. Okay, consider that there's a browser like this
Right.
on that router.
Right.
Okay, and someone needs to frame you. They can just open a
Right.
bunch of malicious links through that and say that, oh, look, you opened these links. Now, this is me being completely paranoid. I'm not saying they can do this or they will do this. This is just me being paranoid about something that should be locked down and in your control.
Yeah, but it's going to be like Geo 4G. It's going to have Geo is going to have extremely compelling offers, and they're going to undercut their competition.
The pricing is out, and my ISP's plans are cheaper.
But do they do 1 Gbps?
I don't need 1 Gbps.
That's not the point. Do they do 1 Gbps?
They can.
That's the marketing prowess, right? Like
Yeah. No, I get what
like
you're saying.
you understand.
I
you
get
don't
what you're
need
saying.
1 Gbps.
Yeah.
But most people are not going to.
Yeah, I get that. But the 1 Gbps plans start at 2499.
Okay.
And I don't think most people are going to shell out 2499 for a plan.
Right.
Most people are going to be happy with whatever 899 or whatever that plan is.
Right.
Toaster has a very good point also.
Okay.
Almost all modems can be remotely compromised in India. These guys don't update certificates and firmwares ever. But Toaster, that's another point. The point is that it eventually can become compromised. These modems are compromised on in the box.
So it's not compromised if it's malicious by the manufacturer. So it's like for you, it's yes compromised.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
you,
I see what you did
what
there.
you're calling is a bug, but for Geo it's a feature.
I see what you did there. All right, moving on to stupid things companies do. Global Foundries is suing TSMC.
So TSMC is the biggest chip chip manufacturer. So it manufactures chips for everyone, including Apple and you name the company, and they manufacture chipsets for them. So it's a fab. Right? It's a fabricator. Yeah, it's a fabricator. And most silicon companies are like fabless, so they get these things manufactured for someone like TSMC. The second biggest one is Global Foundries. So Global Foundries is roughly half the size of TSMC when it comes to revenue. Now, Global Foundries is on a crunch because they put in some money into research for 7 nanometers, then they backed out from it. And in general, they are having a kind of a bad time, and TSMC is like announcing plans for 5 nanometers and stuff.
No.
Yeah.
They announced plans for 3 nanometers now.
I think it was 5.
5 ho gaya la. We spoke about 5 nanometers in May, I believe.
Okay.
And now they are doing 3.
Okay. So TSMC is TSMC has more money, more clout, more everything. So they're moving forward.
Yeah.
Now, Global Foundries is threatened because they are pulling the China card, because Global Foundries is a US-based company, so they are pulling that, TSMC is controlled by China, this, that, and they have stolen our patents, which is the typical argument you make when a Chinese company starts making more money than you.
That is the typical argument you make when a Chinese company is doing better in any aspect compared to you.
Yeah. Money being one of the major ones.
Politics being another.
So now TSMC has vehemently refused that there is no grounds to these arguments that Global Foundries has made. But this is in general bad, considering whatever is going on between America and China politically. Yeah. Trade wars. This is just one other form of trade war that's happening between US and China.
So through this, I kind of learned that Taiwan is not its own complete independent state.
No, it's not. So
I did not know that before.
Okay.
I thought that they later on separated from China.
So Taiwan and Hong Kong are more or less in the same boat
right now.
Technically, they aren't, but to just give you a mental model.
Like a very higher level overview.
Yeah.
Like a summary. A summary. A gist.
So Hong Kong is still better off than Taiwan is what I would say when it comes to the feature of not being associated with China.
With China, right? So Taiwan is heavily associated with China because, after all, it's a state of under the Republic of China.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is probably going to take interesting turns because disruption in fabs is typically bad for
Everyone, all electronic supplies.
and it also pushes back innovation because let's say that TSMC ends up paying GlobalFoundries a few $1 billion or whatever. In that case, TSMC's research plans are going to be put off by some time.
To reference this, like to support his argument, Linus has a video. I don't know if it's out on YouTube, but it's up on Floatplane, where he was arguing that every year when Apple has the September event, right, it drives the prices up of everything.
Right.
Simply because when these new devices launch, every time there's a new launch from a big manufacturer like Apple or Samsung, right? There's a lot of pressure on these fabs and everyone in that chain, right? Which drives prices up till things stabilize and then the prices go down again. Excuse me. And this happens every single year, right? So the only companies that I remember that aren't affected by this are Intel and Samsung because they have their own fabs.
Yeah. Intel and Samsung are like closed shops. They'll believe in doing their own thing, but that means that they have to invest a lot of money, which is not possible for most of the other players.
Yeah, so it is possible for Apple, which they are doing, but on a very small scale.
Yeah.
But I really don't understand why Apple gets compared to Samsung as a company so frequently. Because Apple makes computers, laptops and portables and wearable stuff and software, and they have a little bit of real estate stuff, a little bit of fashion and music, but Samsung has their fingers in everything.
Yeah, Samsung is even in construction now.
They make tanks.
Yeah, they're in everything.
Samsung does everything. So like you can't really imagine Apple branded tank for defense.
Don't even want to think.
Imagine the video Jonathan Ive would make for it.
Yeah, but Jonathan Ive is no more at Apple.
Oh no. He still is.
Moving on to the final topic before we move on to the next
Dude,
segment.
my brother, I think he cried a little when that news came out.
Okay. So, what are we expecting from Apple's event on Tuesday?
New iPhones that are priced stupidly.
New iPhones in multiple colors.
Yeah, new iPhones in multiple glass-backed colors. And like I mentioned, if you drop it and it breaks into pieces, just pick up those colored glass pieces and make a mosaic out of it.
On Wednesday, I'm probably going to be glad that I bought my parents' phones this year, instead of next year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the dollar rate is soaring high.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
not only that, so iOS 13, yes, iOS 13 is definitely coming. I believe it will come in the last week of September. We'll also be getting Apple Arcade in October.
Arcade. Yeah. I hope they do that, launch it in India because
it is coming to India.
Okay, great. Because Apple News never made it to India. And I was looking forward to that.
No, but the thing with Apple News is that there's a curation team at Apple involved.
Right. So with Arcade, that's probably not going to be the case.
Yeah. So until you have a curation team in India, which I hope there is one soon because now they have a lot of offices in India.
Yeah.
I hope that happens pretty soon. What else is coming? Okay, so here's a wild guess. There's going to be a HomePod 2.
Oh, please. Okay, we'll discuss about this on the next stream, but on this stream, Nikhil has claimed the existence of HomePod 2.
Possibly. We have video evidence and I've clearly said possibly. Okay? Possibly. HomePod 2. New iPad Pros, yes. John Gruber thinks that the iPhones are going to be called iPhone and iPhone Pro.
Right.
I want to believe him, but I'm like 75% there. I'm not all the way there.
I'm not.
But I like his
expecting
argument. I like his argument. New watches, yeah, I'm pretty excited for
so
that.
the thing is wearables. So now in wearables you have watches and AirPods.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting.
I'm not expecting new AirPods. We just got an update for those.
Yeah. So I'm expecting only a new watch.
A new watch. So Series 5. I hope that they still have a stainless steel version because those look sleek AF, and I've been waiting to
I
get
think
one.
I read rumors about a titanium.
Titanium one. I don't know why.
Like,
What is Apple's
okay,
fascination
so-
with titanium?
So probably a titanium Apple Series 5.
Dude, I'm not going to do a surgery like, hey, रुक मैं तेरा surgery करके देता गाड़ी निकाल के.
It's a thing.
I mean, okay, I could use that argument
No,
with stainless steel as
It'll
well.
be like one of those premium.
Because they're like, it's surgical grade stainless
No,
steel.
it will be. I don't think it will be the normal base model. It will be a premium model. Probably cost $1,000 or something. Because they can't manufacture titanium at the bulk.
No, obviously not. It is going to be like the what was the first series? What edition? Apple edition watches. Apple edition watches. So something like that.
Right.
Dude, we don't discuss politics like that on this show.
Damn.
No.
Anuj Kothari wants to open a can of worms.
No, I mean, we've never
No,
discussed it.
Political opinions are off limits for Objective Steve.
No, I mean we have discussed political opinions. I mean we have voiced out our political opinions, but we've never particularly taken a side. We've been objective about it.
No, we have voiced our opinions about topics, not
No,
political
we
opinions. Political opinions are supporting a particular political.
No. A political opinion would be, let's not have Aadhaar.
No, that's not a political opinion.
Right? So
that's not a political opinion.
Then what is it? Does it become a legal opinion? No, not legal.
That's a
judicial
technical
opinion.
It's a technical opinion.
No. But what I'm trying to say is, let's repeal the Aadhaar Act in its entirety.
That's still
And not replace it with
that's
anything.
a civil opinion.
Civil opinion.
It's not a political.
Right. So we've discussed civics on this channel objectively,
We have not
not
discussed
politics.
and it's off limits.
Yeah. Just a one-word answer: Congress or BJP? Please, no.
No, dude.
No.
Seriously, no.
Doesn't matter.
Moving on to the next segment.
One second. Just to answer his question, what is my Wi-Fi plan? My plan is 1356 rupees per month for 100 Mbps. I don't know what the data limit on that is.
I
don't think there is one.
I pay. I think you broadband 13,000 a year for 4 terabytes at 150 megabytes.
Yeah, that's good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised at the plan.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And like it made sense for me to go like for a full year. I was like,
Yeah.
this makes sense.
Lele.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good stuff. Alright, so moving on to our next segment.
What are we watching?
Are we
So-
watching anything?
Yeah, I finished. So because we had a break,
Yeah.
a big break. I finished watching Sacred Game season 2, Mindhunter season 2. I rewatched Mr. Robot in anticipation for the new season that's coming out in a month.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a couple of. I even watched Delhi Crime, which is about the Nirbhaya rape case.
How is it?
It's bad, man. And it's not. It's pretty good TV, like the way it's shot and the.
But
characters
is it
and
shot
everything, but
as
it's just
a,
depressing. It's depressing as fuck.
Is it shot as
So it's from the team of. It's from the point of view of the team of police that caught those guys.
No. My question was: is it filmed in the style of a TV show like Sacred Games, or is it filmed in the style of
No, it's more
docu-series?
It's a docu-series.
Docu-series. Okay.
Yeah, it's not Sacred.
Okay.
It was just fucked up. Like, it was just fucked up.
Okay. What
So,
else?
that's what I have been watching, and what I'm going to be watching tonight, and what I think you should be watching as well is the landing of
The
Chandrayaan
Chandrayaan 2
2.
lander.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's going to happen.
That's at 11:55. The
No, I
thing
think
begins.
I think it's at 2 o'clock or something, 1:30 or something like that.
No, I think that
Okay,
the whole
so-
process begins at 11:55. Then.
Okay.
Okay, I think the process begins at 11:55. The actual is it the drop or the land?
It's the landing. So
At 2.
So it's already in orbit,
Yeah.
and today the lander is like going to actually land.
Yeah.
So this is the critical part because
No, so my question is at 2 p.m. or approximately 2 p.m. Are they going to release it from the orbiter, or is it going to land on the surface?
I think it's going to be a very short thing.
About, I think if I remember correctly, I think it's a minute thing, minute and a half thing.
Probably.
Because number one, it doesn't have an atmosphere.
So for anyone who wants to read up on the technical aspects of it, the print science has a very good article by this lady called Sandhya Ramesh, where she has like just written down all the facts for this particular mission.
Can you send me the link so
Yes,
I can post it?
I'm just trying to find it.
Land Ratri
Right, and the thing is, it's to answer closer, yes. Also, the thing is like.
अच्छा अपना रात बोल रहा था.
So
Okay.
notoriously, I think the successful landing percentage is 52%. So it's like.
Oh shit! So this is critical.
Yeah. So it's like it doesn't really have a good.
So the odds are not in its favor.
Yeah.
Is what I believe everyone is trying to say.
Yeah.
But can I just point out, please?
I think it's pretty fucking awesome that this is happening, man.
No, my dear sir.
No.
No. I believe this is as cool as, I don't know, Sputnik was for Russia back in the 60s.
Right.
Because this is going to be the first thing on the southern pole of the moon. So
Yeah,
we finally,
yeah.
so ISRO finally gets a first to do X for itself,
Right.
which is not just a small technical mathematical thing on a piece of paper. Because if you remember the last time, it was like 106 satellites on a single rocket.
Right.
That was bullshit.
Yeah.
Because yes, there were 106 satellites deployed into orbit, but they were like very tiny satellites.
True.
Right? So 106, 206 does not matter. If they are like tiny satellites, it does not matter. This is OG stuff.
I think it's like probably comparing oranges to apples, but like I kind of got your point. This is much more harder.
This is their first.
Yeah.
Right? This is their proper like ISRO is the first space agency in the world
Yeah.
to land something on the south pole of the moon, and it would be cooler if we are able to establish and maintain communications with the rover that is in the lander.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. There's an orbiter, there's a lander, there's a rover. Awesome stuff. Watched Mirzapur? Yeah. No. I watched 2 episodes. I don't know why I haven't completed it. What is heavier, 1 jug of gold or a kilo of feathers? How much gold is there in the jug? And where are these things? गौरा के लाइक चांद पे अपन भाई तुम चांद पे पहुंच गए
128 साल दूर है भाई आप 128 साल बोले या 128 किलोमीटर बोले Secret Games was epic.
That was one of the most fun moments from Indian television in a long time. In a very long time, and I thoroughly enjoyed that whole sequence of shots.
Yeah, that was good. Parle ji kali chai mein dubo ke kha rahe hain, like good stuff.
All right. On my end, I started watching Euphoria. Unfortunately, I had no internet for 24 hours, and the only thing I had cached was Euphoria episode 1, 2, 3. And I started watching it, and Zendaya looks fabulous in that. Her acting is just spot on. HBO show.
What's the fan? It's your?
Yeah. MacBook.
Yeah. So Toaster thinks that it is my old MacBook that's making the fan noise.
No.
But it is the sleek, thin MacBook 2018
Yeah.
from Mr. Nikhil Nigri. So old, ladies and gentlemen, is gold.
Did you discuss Sacred Games ending? Did they save Mumbai? No. I thought, I mean, he enters the wrong code.
No, he enters the right code.
He enters the wrong one.
He enters the right code.
No.
He enters the right one. So like pause it and see.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty certain he enters the wrong one.
Yeah, I'm kind of sure. No, but like it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. There's
It
no
doesn't
season
matter.
3.
There's no season 3. Like because all the characters are either dead or their storyline is wrapped up,
Yeah.
and there are no like loose ends or anything. All the main characters, including Guruji, Parulkar,
Parulkar is dead.
So like everyone except Sartaj and Kalki's character are dead.
But Kalki will probably succumb to her wounds. I'm
No.
guessing.
She got shot in the leg.
No, he also shoots her in
No.
the abdomen, right?
No.
Afterwards.
I don't think so. He doesnst shoot her.
Oh, okay.
So she's like crawling, and that's the end of it.
No, and we did not discuss Sacred Games ending because this is the first stream since season 2 came out. So thank you for bringing that up.
Guruji ka pyar.
Arre. Ye le Gucci.
Gotcha. Yeah, but the Sacred Games has in general been good for the meme universe.
Meme universe. Dude.
Yeah.
Lots of memes. Oh. Talking about Sacred Games. Ban Netflix India is trending,
Oh, man.
boys. Are you unsubscribing from Netflix and being all
Boycott
cool
Netflix.
and sharing hashtags on Twitter? Well, I have news for you. Go get a job and spend your time
That's
better
actually
somewhere else.
legit advice for me.
Like, go get a job, and if you already have a job, you're not being your skills are not being utilized properly. If you have any of those, Anuj thinks there's going to be season 3 of Sacred Games, but have you unsubscribed from Netflix? Because if you have, how will you know? Are you going to pirate it? Don't do that. That's not cool, bro. Don't do that shit.
And on that
Really depressing.
disappointing.
No, this is not disappointing.
Yeah, but if you guys are curious, just check out Boycott Netflix on
Yeah,
Twitter.
just-
It's a Twitter thing that's trending because apparently Netflix is pushing anti-Hindu content.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, none of it makes sense. None of it has to make sense as long as it is viral.
Yeah.
Now, that is a disappointing note to end on. You guys have a, disappointing night.
No, it's an interesting night. Don't forget to watch it.
Yeah, don't forget to watch the
Chandrayaan.
Chandrayaan land on the southern.
Oh, I've
pole.
sent you the link. Just post.
Oh yeah, hold on. On what?
iMessage.
Oh.
Anush Kothari asks very difficult questions that should not be answered like this.
Yeah, bro. 1 kg of gold or 1 kg of fur? They both weigh
Man.
the same, dude. Kidhar hai link?
Dejan J.
Oh. There you go, guys. Link
Yeah, so
is in the chat if you want to read the technical final aspects of the Chandrayaan 2
no,
mission.
I'd highly recommend to read it because it's got a lot of scientific facts and like including what's the payload, what is the objective, what are the timelines, everything is there.
And it does not hurt any religious sentiments.
Man.
It does not. I mean, I don't think there is any religion on the planet that is like
stop the stream because
that is like
because you are treading political or what.
no. I mean, come on. There is no religion that says like the moon is bad,
Sure.
right? I mean, like even vampires and werewolves are like the moon is cool and stuff. I'm pretty sure. I mean, like, what is the
Anuj
Satan?
Kothari, if there is a season 3, I will personally buy you Amul dark chocolate, the big one. Have you had
Shit.
that? Yeah.
Okay, take him up on the bet.
Yeah. I will personally send it
Take
to
him
you
up on the bet.
wherever you are.
Even Gaitonde
It's-
said in the first episode that his story was incomplete.
So yeah, so
हाँ, तो
if there's a season 3, I will buy you a Peruvian dark chocolate Amul, 150 rupees only.
Shit, bro. अगर सीजन 3 आया तो मजा है. Good night, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen.
Jai Maharashtra.
What he said.